What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe. So, I just wanted to kind of run through this Satya Nadella interview with TBPN. I never heard of them before because I don't watch the news and stuff like that. But I was going to play the video, but I still don't have a handle on how to reroute my desktop audio away from my audio interface in order to eliminate the latency with the anyway, yeah. So I'm not gonna do that. So, but I'll just shout out to VGT Gaming News. They pretty much transcribed it right here. All of their videos here, but I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna just read through it. Okay. So he says, this is Satya Nadella. Now, wait, before I let me just go through. He says, remember, the biggest gaming business is the Windows business. To us, gaming on Windows and, of course, Steam has built a massive marketplace on top of it and done a very successful job of it. Now, what I've been seeing, just tertiary glance, just like a quick glance of MBG, D-Batch, all these dumbass ponies and donkey unicorns. Not once did he say Xbox. Not once did blah, blah. And the MBG puts quotes around the word console. He didn't say quote-unquote console. He said console because that's what they're making. And what's the console called? It's not called Windows PC. It's called an Xbox. So, look, these guys are reaching. They're trying to formulate a narrative that, Microsoft or Xbox doesn't care about Xbox anymore. That's the narrative. You see what's happening? They're trying to make something true, which is not true. They literally took a Windows handheld PC and slapped the name Xbox on it, right? And they did some work or whatever, right? And now it's an Xbox. And let's continue. So to us, the way we are thinking about gaming is first of all, we are now the largest publisher after the Activision deal. So therefore, we want to be a fantastic publisher, similar to the approach of what we did with Office. We're going to be everywhere on every platform. We want to make sure whether it's consoles, whether it's the PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or the TV. So we just want to make sure the games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere. That is basically the tagline, if you will. I don't know if it's a tagline, but that's what they want. They're spelling it out in pure, simplified, I can't even say words, English for you guys. When I say you guys as donkey unicorns and ponies, not you smart people here who understand what the heck is going on. We're all shaking our heads at the donkey unicorns and ponies because it's like, why is it so difficult for you guys to digest, ingest, and process through your smooth tissue up in your brain cavity there? Why? In the skull? Why? Why is it smooth in there? Why can't you understand? Second, we also want to innovate. We also want to do innovative work in the system side on the console and the PC. Now, actually, I'm going to keep going because he actually says what I was about to say. And it's kind of funny that people think of the console/PC as being two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform for gaming. That people forget, okay? Xbox. What? How did they come up with the name Xbox? Huh? What does it mean? Is it just something that said, X is cool, and it's like the X games, and so let's put it on the box, and that's the name of our No. Before the Xbox had a name, before the Xbox was a concept, Microsoft had something called DirectX. It is the gaming API, if you will, for PC. What Microsoft wanted to do was to take DirectX that API, that software, and put it in a little box, simplify it, make it easier for devs or whomever to just make games. That's what it was. And so they came up with the DirectX box. And then somebody said, DirectX. Yeah, that's too long. It's just the Xbox. And they were like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that works. That'll be the temporary name, and it's stuck, and now we have Xbox. That's how the name Xbox came from, DirectX, which came from where? PC. It's always been that way. The fact that these donkey unicorns and ponies are idiotic and they don't know the history of video games, is that anybody else's fault but their own? That they're sitting here, oh, they didn't say Xbox. Oh, if it wasn't for DirectX, the Xbox wouldn't exist. Why would they take the name Xbox out of the equation when it is literally still there? They still use DirectX in every Xbox. I think they're on 12 right now. DirectX 12, I believe. Why? Because it's not a good name that people don't think it doesn't sell. No, it's not about that. It's not you guys are like, oh, branding. PlayStation is the brand name that everybody loves. You know how fast that goes away when someone makes a better product and everybody's like, yo, this is hot. Let's go. I'm going to get that. Everybody got that. And then the name is like, oh, yeah, that's Xbox. That's right there. Remember when PlayStation was on top? PlayStation 2, PS2, PlayStation, right? Because Nintendo was fooling around with their GameCube. They didn't know what they were doing, right? Then the Xbox 360 came out, slap, and slapped PlayStation up and down the internet, the early internet, the young internet, let's just say. Not that young, but young enough. Yeah, that happened. Xbox dethroned PlayStation. And then Xbox fumbled the bag, and PlayStation got it back. So if you think that it is impossible for PlayStation to be in that position again, I mean, we see it's literally happening in front of our eyes right as we speak. And it's not even like 100% an Xbox made console. It's an OEM partner device. But it's still an Xbox, but it's a PC. Who cares what it is? Does it play all the games? Yeah. And now, with the video I did yesterday and all the information, thanks for Jez Gordon again, we know that the next Xbox console will be 100% backwards compatible with all the other games. All the things that are backwards compatible now on the Series X and Series S will be there. And remember, Sarah said forward and backwards compatible. That's what they're doing. And I knew that they would have the ability to do that because of Sonic Unleashed. Remember, what was it, like a year and a half ago or something like that, where someone figured out how to decompile and recompile that game on PC natively? And they used, guess what? They used the Xbox 360 version of Sonic Unleashed. Playing it natively on PC. The problem is already solved. So it's not like, oh, Microsoft can't figure it out. So no, it's been solved. I don't know who did it. I can't remember who. Maybe it was somebody in Microsoft who did it, and they just won't. Look, whatever. It already exists. That technology already exists. Will they use that? Who knows? I think Microsoft probably has one of the best. Microsoft/Xbox has one of the best backwards compatibility programs and they restarted again. And with all this new technology and new things happening, I have zero doubt that they won't be able to fulfill that promise of 100% backwards compatible and all that stuff. That's not an issue for me. And it's actually not an actual issue. It's like, okay, cool. I could go back and play all my old stuff. That's great. Is it a deal breaker? Not really. But it's something I think that us Xbox players take for granted because we've kind of always had it. PlayStation gamers don't have that luxury of the ability to play their old game. You can't take a disc from an OG Xbox, from an OG PlayStation 1, put it on your PS5, and it works. It doesn't work that way. You have to either sign up for PlayStation Premium, whatever, or I don't even know if they sell them on a PlayStation store. I really don't know. But Xbox has all these options. You can either put the disc in and then boom, play it that way. It doesn't play off the disc. It grabs the the ROM from the store, because that's the only way it can play that. But the disc is the key, and that's kind of how it's been for a minute. But anyway, continuing. But I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing about the console and the PC. The PC came first, DirectX, all that stuff. And it's true. That's last thing about this. Bill Gates, when he was creating the Xbox, he wanted to put Windows. I said this last video. He wanted to put Windows in every living room, on every TV. He wanted Windows to take over the living room. That was his goal. That's why they initially got into the console business, is to simplify and to get Windows into living rooms. Now, the Xbox team did something sneaky, and they pissed off Bill Gates, because they didn't put Windows on the Xbox, although the kernel was still there. But they stripped all of the Windows stuff out and made it simply for games, just the DirectX part of it. And Bill Gates was furious. He was like, "Oh, hell to the nah. I know y'all ain't just do all this stuff to my beloved Windows." And they were like, "Yeah, we kind of had to, because blah, 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 blah." And so I was like, okay, all right. And so it's taken 25 years or so to get back to the initial movement of what the Xbox was meant to be. And within those 25 years, we, for general purposes, have been indoctrinated to believe that a console is a certain thing. What the first PlayStation was: bespoke hardware with a bespoke OS, with bespoke games that these devs had to bespokely code for. That's what it was. Once everything went to x86, everything's a PC now. Everything is PC compatible. It's so easy, right? Kind of, sort of. And it's kind of like Natya said. He said he wanted to come back around to kind of that thinking. All right, so let's continue. And also, reading. And so I kind of want to revisit some of the conventional wisdom, like I was just saying. But at the end of the day, console has an experience that is unparalleled. It delivers performance that's unparalleled, that pushes, I think, the system forward. Once again, they created the consoles to streamline and to kind of focus on performance, because PCs are bloated and they're so multifaceted. So that was the focus on consoles, and it worked, and that was true. But I think they went so far away from PC that it became a separate branch. And so you have PC gaming and you have console gaming. And now what Satya is trying to do is bring them back together, so that there is no more a separate branch of PC gaming. Because I guess there always will be, because it's been so long. But what he's trying to do is what the original vision of Xbox was to make a simplified PC, but have the enhanced performance of higher end PC gear, right? So you can have like a PC equivalent running the Xbox OS versus a PC equivalent running just Windows, and the Xbox OS will perform better because it is streamlined. And once again, that's what the Xbox was, but it loses some of its functionality when you take too much out, basically. And honestly, with Steam and GOG and all these other game stores and stuff, it's a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm gonna show you in a couple minutes after we go through this. I'm gonna show you how I got my Steam game on this PC, which is all through the Xbox app. So, and it gives you the option. I'll show you. All right, so last paragraph. Here we go. So I'm really looking forward to the next console. I was about to slip into an Indian egg. Hey, now, nope, not doing it. So I'm really looking forward to the next console, the next PC gaming. But most importantly, the game business model has to be where we have to invent maybe some new interactive media as well. Because after all, gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short form video. And so if we as an industry don't continue to innovate both how we produce, what we produce, how we think about distribution, the economic model, best way to innovate is to have good margins, because that's the way you can fund. And that's why we got those price hikes and all that stuff. And this goes across the companies. Sony's raising prices. Why? Because they needed to get to above 10%, basically. They're not having the lofty goals of 30%. And the thing about like Microsoft and their 30%, they're like, yeah, we want to make 30% because we're giant and we're $1 trillion and we want, yes, people say, oh, it's greed. And some people say it's ambition. It's looking at what you have in your portfolio and saying, we have to be making a whole lot of. We got Call of Duty, we got Minecraft, we got all these things. Why can't we make 30? You know what I'm saying? And you look at other kind of corporations or companies in video games that are making above 30, and say, how they making 30? We not making 30, huh? What's going on? What's good? I don't remember which thing is Roblox making 30? I don't remember. I mean, I think they're worth more than the Activision Blizzard deal. I believe so. Anyway, that's irrelevant. All right, so let's get rid of you, Satya. Thank you, Satya. Thank you. Shout out to VGT Gaming News for the info. I never kind of go to their site or anything. I just was like, hey, look, there's a thing. All right, so let's pop open the Xbox app. Of course, it's on the wrong screen. Zoopity boop. Okay, boom. Jump back in. So this is the it's not okay. I gotta resize it. Hold on. So this is the ad. Just click on the icon, and this is the app, right? It's similar to other things. It has all the games, and you slide on down. Look at all these games. Now, I have 0 games. Wait, do I have any games? I don't think I have any games installed on this computer. Except for this game, which is a Steam game, which is our game. That's the game I'm working on. I'm part of this. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So, but look, you got Keeper. I pressed on the Outer Worlds, and it was like, because I have Ultimate. So I was like, oh yeah, you want to install it? I was like, oh wait, no, I don't, because I don't have the room for games on this thing. But because I don't really have any other Steam games installed, so but this popped up. I was like, wait, what? So let me go to library. Installed. Why do I have these? I guess they automatically install those. Huh. Redfall. Hey, oh yeah, that's right. I did install Redfall back in the day because I was like, oh, I think I installed it there because I wanted to play it real quick. But yeah, let's see. Owned. Did that work? Nope. See nothing. In Game Pass. Oh, filters. Oh, so that's everything. Anyway, cloud playable. Okay. Game Pass. All right. Oh, okay. I got a whole nother thing to talking about Kid Smooth and Tony the Pony and them. But that's another video. Anyway. So yes, when this popped up here, I was like, okay. So remember, I'm in the Xbox app now, right? Let me click on that. Oh, I could play it. I could see in Steam. Manage extended. Let's just play it. Let's see what happens. Press the button. Boopity boppity boop. I did update it yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. It says waiting for a network on the screen, off screen. And I'm gonna pull it up. Oh my gosh, I have to pull it around. That didn't work. Hold on. All these things. That's one thing I don't like about Steam. You open it up and freaking 1,000 million things pop up like boop 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 boop. I'm like, what are you doing? Let's see. Yeah, so my Steam opened. I might close that real quick. Let's see if it opens up again. It might. There we go. Oh wait, no. See, I don't want to do that. Golly. All right, so that's not working out. Anyway. All right, so I mean that's the Steam page. But anyway. But I just wanted to like kind of point that out on once again the EA all these things. It's like the FSE is already here kind of, but this isn't it. This is just regular mode, which works for laptops and consoles. So this might be more closely akin to what the console experience might be if they want it to be ubiquitous, but they may tweak it to be somewhere in between this and the Xbox, the dashboard it is now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's interesting. I haven't. I downloaded this. I haven't even played it yet. I'm still in the middle of Keeper, and I have to download that. I was gonna buy the whatchamacallit, the early access blah blah blah. Because it comes with the 2 DLC. I think it's 2 DLCs for like 30 something bucks. I was like, oh, that's not that bad. I should probably get that because I probably want to get it anyway, right? So I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, one day I'll figure out how to get the game to play on the right screen. Hey, I'm new at this, but I'm not new at this. I used to do this a while ago, but yeah, I'm a little rusty, so. Give me time to get better. How about that? Give me time to get a little better, and that's what's up. But yeah, I mean, like going back to like the Satya and all that stuff, and all these punky unicorns and donies, donkey unicorns and bonies. Like I said, they're trying to, and you notice, like I think Linus did, Xbox is dead, Austin Evans did, Xbox is dead, everybody's doing Xbox is dead, Xbox is done, console wars are over, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, y'all have no idea what is about to happen. And when this new Xbox comes through, and it's the biggest thing coming out, and it's one of the best consoles coming out, and everybody loves it, even though it's mad expensive. Oh my gosh. And I was listening to some shows today, and they were talking about the price and the misconception that these donkey unicorns and ponies have, in that, oh, the PlayStation is going to be $600 and the Xbox is going to be $1,200. I'm like, I know I fell for that banana and tailbite at first, but now I was like, wait a second, let me reevaluate this, right? And then I said to myself, the most expensive Xbox is $650 right now, right? Or is it? No, I'm sorry, $750. Yeah, $750. I believe it's the 2 terabyte. Blah blah blah. Right. So first off, there's not going to be a 2. I mean, there might be a 2 terabyte option for the new Xbox, but like they have variations of the memory, so you can be like, all right, give me a 1 terabyte with 32. Well, I would say 48 would be a better thing if they're going to keep everything the same, which I would hope that they do that. But anyway, historically, when you look at each console generation, now someone pointed out that I believe it was it wasn't Jez, it was another British person on Boom Show. What was it? What's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Wow. That's my bad. I'm sorry. But anyway, they pointed out that every console generation the Xbox has had, they say the same thing. They say premium curated experience. They say that premium curated experience. That's what I have to go back and see where they said that, but sure. I guess that indicates the more expensive option versus a lesser expensive option, or a lesser version, which started in the Xbox One gen, right? So that makes sense. And the way that Donkey Unicorns and Ponies are just hoping, I mean, it's literally hoping, copium, hopium, whatever you want to call it, that Well, first, will the PlayStation be cheaper? Probably. Will it also be cheaper, if you know what I mean? Probably. Let's be real. The PlayStation 5 is cheaper than the Xbox Series X. I mean, just look at the packaging. It's like, is this a Walmart egg crate? What are you doing? Why is my $750 console in the worst packaging I've ever seen? Y'all couldn't splurge a little couple of dollars for some cardboard or something? Come on, man. Make it look pretty. Premium. So now what's happening, and I don't think PlayStation realizes, so if they realize it, they don't care because they just want to make money. That the fact that Sarah Bond whipped out that premium word, whoosh, right? She whipped out premium. So it's like, oh snap, it's premium. And PlayStation's not saying anything about it. Everybody's saying, oh, it's going to be cheaper. It's going to, right? So what's happening is, what's being created right now before our eyes is the narrative of PlayStation's console. It's not as powerful as the next Xbox. PlayStation 6, not as powerful as the next Xbox. It's not as premium as the next Xbox. It'll be cheaper, sure, but with the cheapness, with the affordability comes a shrinkage, if you will, of performance. And these gamers who want the best console, they want to play GTA 6 on the best console, guess what they won't be playing it on? A PlayStation 6. If they want the best version to play on a console, they're going to be playing it on, say it with me, Xbox, because it's way more powerful than the PlayStation. And there's like no denying it. It's like you could look at the specs and like, okay, boom, it's more powerful on paper, but it's like at some point you're like, you can't, there's no way that you can make a PlayStation 6 more powerful than a next gen Xbox. We'll just call it the Xbox Ultra Magnus. And the thing is, the almost genius part of this is one of the things that these knock unicorns and ponies are crying about or emphasizing. It's like, oh, it's not an Xbox, it's a PC, it's a PC, it's a PC. They don't realize that it being a PC, as they say it deletes the need for devs to make a bespoke Xbox version, right? So they have to make a PC version to the spec of whatever that next box is, right? It's got all this RAM, it's got this, so they can, optimize it for that specific set, that specific hardware. But it's still the PC code, so it's scalable. So they don't have to make a bespoke version. So the devs will make and optimize for the next Xbox before they do PlayStation because it's easier, because they're already doing a PC version. So all of this, what happened this generation where the devs were like, oh, we're going to prioritize PlayStation first and then worry about Xbox later, that's out the window. That's not happening anymore because they don't have to do that. They're making a PC version, period. They're going to do that anyway. So now PlayStation is the odd man out because they have to make a special PlayStation version now because it's not a PC. And so now all those things like the money hatting and PlayStation can't even money hat anymore properly because Xbox took it away from them. They said, oh, okay, you don't want it on the Xbox console? Okay, that's fine. We're just going to make our console a PC, and now there you go. I mean, it's an Xbox, and it's a console, but it plays the same games that the PC code plays. So, I mean, look, it's potato, whatever. Have fun, devs. They figured out, like I said, 4D chess, 69D chess, whatever. They have outsmarted Sony in so many different ways this generation, but these donkey unicorns or ponies, they're so butthurt because Sony is this monolithic moron. They're sitting there like, duh, games as service. Let's try that again and again. They're hitting their head against the wall and they're getting nothing. They're expecting some different result to come out. They're just getting brain damage. They're still coloring out the lines outside with crayons outside the lines. Well, you know, they're playing tic-tac-toe with crayons. Like I say, Xbox is playing 4D chess. Look. This is going to continue because they want to have their narrative and they want to have their ammunition and all this stuff. So whatever. But we will see. But anyway, hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about, what Satya said, how he said it, what he said. Is it important that he didn't say the word Xbox when we know that's what the next console is? What would they call it? Oh, it's the Microsoft PC? Come on, son. So dumb. Xbox is a brand that is beloved. It has millions, tens of millions of followers. Actually, it's probably more than that. It's probably 100 million. Over 100 million followers if you want to include last gen, all that stuff. It's there. I mean, look. We've been in the brand has been in movies. It's around. It's there. So there's no denying the power of what Xbox is. And popularity comes and goes, ebbs and flows. And so that's what these Donkey Unicorns and Ponies, maybe they're just too young or they're just too stupid that they don't realize that, once, the person on top is not always going to be the person on top. That's how it goes. There's cycles to this. There's levels to this. Tony the Pony. I see you. I got a bone to pick with them, but that's gonna be another time. And yes. But anyway, I appreciate and talk to y'all on the next one. Till 2 weeks.